friends around the world. My name is Kazu. I welcome you all to come and visit my page. And I hope you enjoy all my posts, pictures, and video clips. I want to use this wonderful opportunity to say thank you all who have been leaving your wonderful comments, messages, and gifts. And I hope I will hear from you again. I also want to say thank you for choosing to view this video clip.
My hope for the future comes from the rise of so many active and creative women who comprise more than half of the human population. I grew up in a world in which women were treated as subjected human beings. They were not allowed to vote. They didn't have capacities in many human fields that they do now. So my personal hope is largely based on the fact of my experience in my life and seeing this rise of feminine power, and also having lived through 2 world wars in which the aggressor, the attacker, was defeated, and showed that the application of military power does not necessarily bring victory. It always brings a crushing defeat. So by the end of this century, I think that every country will have learned that fact, that military power brings defeat, not victory, that the only true victory will be the victory over poverty, over lack of education, over the problems that face people now when they don't have enough, when they are subjected to persecution and lack of schooling, lack of housing, lack of many of the things that humanity requires in order to live a decent life. And I agree with my old friend President Truman, who said in his inaugural address in 1949, I was there and heard him give it, that every human being has a right to a decent life, a satisfying life. And I think that that right is going to be brought into being in this century.
There is a spirit that I feel that delights to do no evil. This is a well-known Quaker saying. And I think that spirit in us tells us that war is not a situation that we should be in, that we should not fight wars. We should learn to help human beings, plants, everything live. That's our goal. If we talk about hope in the future and how different the future can be and what wonders we can make if we educate children for peace, if we begin educating ourselves for peace, if we begin to understand the nature of peace, which is to love, to care for, to love the enemy, to care for the enemy, to speak our truths to the enemy, and to see what truth there is in what we call the enemy. It's just another person who is suffering like we are, and we should be healing with each other. Those are some of the things I think that will make for peace. We will become human people. We will become loving people. We will become caring people. And who can kill someone he loves? Who can kill someone as precious as a human being? No matter what you think of his thoughts, what you think of his speaking, there is a quality there that you can reach if you try. And if you can't do it with a person, you can do it in your imagination, because people are real, and people can change, and people can be healthy, hopeful, healing human beings to one another. There is a truth in each of us, and that I think we must find. No matter who we think the enemy is, we should listen to what he or she says. Listen, because there is truth in everybody. And if you can seek out the truth in people, then you know where to move with them, to help them become peaceful and to help you become peaceful. We can be human beings who care for, teach, love, will be at one with one another.
We need to have a world that recognizes but accepts the differences between various cultures and provides an opportunity for all people to develop their talents and work together toward a peaceful world. This is going to require breaking down the barriers of national sovereignty, at the same time recognizing that there has to be a rule of law in all areas of the world. National sovereignty can only really be effectively eliminated if there is a world government in which all people are effectively represented and which maintains the responsibility for law and order in the world, the need for equality and understanding, and particularly understanding among religions. And my hope is that we can gradually come to understand what was described by the Parliament of Religions as a global ethic, that we on the essential details of personal philosophy, we are all in agreement. And we have to learn to distinguish between actions that are motivated by religious differences and actions that are motivated by other factors that are not controlled by religion. Another factor that we need to consider is that of the freedom for each individual to develop and contribute to a peaceful world, and to do that within the framework of a world economy that permits everyone to have the necessary food and shelter and civil rights that every citizen should be able to expect in a world community that is really effective. Education is going to be the key to all of these objectives. We have to give primary responsibility to the educating of young people to live together in harmony, and this is a task that is being approached in a variety of ways by UNESCO and other organizations that are non-governmental, and there is the real possibility that we can hope for a peaceful world in the year 2100.